Hi, I'm Elise from Bella Barista and I'm here today to talk to you about espresso, specifically your espresso puck, and to help debunk any rumours and help answer any questions you might have. After people have bought an espresso setup from us, we get a lot of questions specifically around your espresso puck. So I wanted to touch upon some of our most frequently asked questions and talk about what matters and what doesn't matter. First, we're going to talk about what doesn't matter and start with the most commonly asked question at Bella Barista: tamp pressure, and does it make a difference? As home baristas, you get a lot of conflicting views on how hard you should tamp your puck of coffee. And from our research and some of our peers, we've actually found out that it doesn't really matter. A really hard firm tamp will actually do very little to slow down your flow of coffee. If you're having issues with your espresso extraction and not reaching your desired ratio, you should start by looking at a few things like your grind, your freshness of coffee, and your dose. Another commonly asked question is, why is my espresso puck soggy, and what does this mean? For some reason it causes a lot of concern with home baristas, but in reality it can mean nothing at all. We've had some delicious tasting espressos from a soggy puck and some disgusting espressos from a perfect puck. The reason why there's excess water in your espresso puck could be down to a few things, i.e. your dose in comparison to the size of basket, your grind size, and even down to the freshness of coffee. So last, the unimportant category is the ridge in your basket. Lots of portafilter baskets have a small ridge in them. Some people use this as a fill line and a guide to see how much coffee they should put in the basket, but realistically they're only there to keep the basket in place. In recent years, we've seen a rise in the popularity of competition baskets from places like VST and IMS, and from that we get a lot of questions on why you should go for ridged or ridgeless. Now, in reality, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. James Hoffman has done a video on this and how the water channels through the baskets differently with a ridged or ridgeless basket. But for us, as the everyday consumer, we won't really taste the difference. So now that we've identified some of the things that don't matter, let's go on to talk about what does. Starting with arguably the most important step of making espresso at home: tamping and distribution. Some of the main things to think about is making sure that you have your coffee evenly distributed across your basket. A dosing cup can go a long way into helping make sure that you do this. And also making sure that you have an even level tamp. Distribution tools and calibrated tampers can go a long way in making sure that it's consistent and easily repeatable at home. So now that we've covered tamping and distribution, let's move on to talking about making sure that you have the correct dose for the size of your basket. Generally, there are 3 different types of baskets: a single, a double, and a triple. We're talking about 7 grams for a single, 18 grams for a double, and 20 grams for a triple. At Bella Barista, we tend to use an 18-gram basket for an 18-gram dose, and we usually use competition baskets like the VST and IMS ones. What we find is that stock baskets that come with your machine will say that they're a 14 to 18-gram dose size, whereas a competition basket is much more precise, saying that it's specifically an 18-gram for an 18-gram dose. Another thing to look out for is channeling. Channeling is when water is channeled through one part of your espresso puck quicker than the other, which leads to an uneven extraction. Bottomless handles can be a great tool in watching your extraction to make sure that you're not getting any channeling in your coffee. You'll be able to see if you're getting any spraying or if you're getting any pauses in the extraction. And this is all telltale signs for channeling in your coffee. Lastly, but certainly most importantly, it's not what's in your puck, it's what's in your cup. Here at Bella Barista, we are big in giving tips and tricks on how to make sure that you're perfecting your espresso. But at the end of the day, it's important to remember that it's how you enjoy your espresso at home that is most important. So I hope this has helped answer some of your questions. And if you have any more, please pop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.